Hey, 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 it's Tia, baby. And I am back with another video. Sorry for a late video. I'm not consistent as I used to be. Um, I'm just getting over, I'm assuming it was the flu. I'm sorry. Because I had 101 fever a couple of days ago. Chills, body aches. It wasn't COVID because I just took a test and it was negative. Um, I have, well, I still currently have like a sinus infection, which is why my voice sounds weird. Um, um, and I had a headache for a couple of days, and I just got over the headache today from after taking a Acetarin. Oh my gosh, that's my new best friend. That medicine right there just took away the headache because it was an intense headache. I don't know if it was because of I don't know if it was a head cold headache or whatever related to that, but it was intense. And now my son is not feeling well. He ended up developing a fever, and I believe he caught it from me. He was already not feeling well, but then he was getting over it, and then I got sick, and then I think and then now he has a fever. But I think I got sick from one of my students, because for some reason when parents kids get sick, they don't like to keep them home. They like to continue to bring them to school when they either halfway well or 20% well. They never wait until they're fully well to bring them, which is why people which is why it's transferable to other people, and also it is why they continue to get sick again, because parents don't keep them home so they can get well. I don't know why. I understand, you might have a job, or you might, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do for the well-being of your child, and you have to. If that means you got to take off, or if that means you have to find somebody to take watch your child, then you got to do what you got to do. But making them suffer because you can't find somebody, or because you can't afford to take off, I think that's unfair and it's selfish, because you're not only putting your child at risk of getting sick again, you're putting others at risk for getting sick. And so that's what happened with that, and that's how I end up getting sick. But yeah. And why, I'm not even gonna go into that, but yeah. So this is not what that video is about. I'm gonna make 2 videos. This is the first video, and I decided to make a video about the Shanquella Robinson case, only because I just found out about this a couple of days ago, because I don't watch the news like that. I'm not even gonna say like that. I don't watch the news because it's always tragedies, and it's like, it just depresses me. So I just don't watch the news. I never really was into the news at all. But I know that even though there are tragedies in the news, it is informative to watch it, because it does prepare you for things in the world. And so, as an adult and now a mother, I should watch the news so I can be aware of my surroundings and just be on it. So, the reason why I'm going to talk briefly about this case is because it's similar. It's not similar, but it is similar to Selena. And why I say that, because at the end of the day, you trust people. At the end of the day, you thought people were your friends, and they end up not, and then they end up your worst enemy, and then tragedy happens. So that's the similarities of the two. But I'm not going to make this a Selena, Shanquella versus thing, but at the gist of it, it's pretty much similar. So this one is strictly about Shanquella. So I have been looking at a few T channels just to get up to date of the backstory of the case, and also I did look at one news clip about it on YouTube, and I also saw a post, which is why I um, looked more into the case, because someone posted a picture of her on Facebook, and so I was just like, who is this person and what happened? And so that's what made me learn more about it. So apparently, Shaquilla is Shaquilla Robinson. She's a 25-year-old woman from Charlotte, North Carolina, I believe, and she is a self-made business person. Which I will say this. Now, off topic. Normally, this new generation, sometimes I really don't get y'all, because a lot of y'all can be very disrespectful and can be very aggressive and come off crazy, different crazy. But I will say the positive side of this generation is that they know they about their money. And what I mean by that is they know how to find ways to make money without clocking in and out. Meaning they know how to work without working for someone. I will say that positive note about this upcoming generation. Other than that, mm-mm. But now back to the Shanquella case. So apparently or allegedly, she and a few of her friends went to Mexico. Now I thought it was for her birthday, but it was not for her birthday, because I saw her Instagram page, and I think her birthday, I believe, is in January. So I was like, huh? Well, why did they go to Mexico? So it's for one of her friends' birthday. It was a guy. I think his name was Nazir or something like that. Alleged, I don't know. It started with an N, but it was for his birthday. So it was how many friends? It was 3 other girls and 3 guys and her. So they went out to Cabo, Mexico allegedly for her friend's so-called friend's birthday. Now they all are friends, allegedly. They're all are friends. Well, supposedly friends. And so, they had an itinerary. They was going to, live it up for their friend's birthday. And long story short, she ends up demised. And her alleged friends or fake friends allegedly lied to her parents, saying that she was unalive due to alcohol poisoning, allegedly. And and that ended up not being the case, only because her parents felt like something wasn't right with that, and so they reached out to the Mexican authorities and the mortuary to see what was going on, and they pushed for an autopsy, because I guess allegedly her fake friends' stories didn't line up. They were all saying something different. They didn't understand how that could happen, and all of that. So once they received that results from the autopsy, it showed that it was not due to allegedly it's not due to alcohol poisoning. It was due to trauma, like from the neck and spine. So pretty much because she was beaten to death. Now, there is a video surfacing the web of the fight between her fake friends and Shanquella. But as you see in the video, I don't have the video, and then I tried to look at the video, but I didn't see it, so they probably like took it down. I only saw like 17 seconds of it, but you can clearly, in that 17 seconds, and if you want to see that video, 17-second clip, you can go to Twitter, you know, type in her name. Somebody will have it on there. But she was not hitting the fake friend back. And according to her father, she was not a fighter. So she was defenseless. Like, she wasn't going to fight back. She wasn't raised to fight back. To fight, I mean. So, and in the video, her other fake friend, which was a guy who was allegedly her best friend, named Khalil. I forgot his last name. But he was like, you can hear in the video, Quilla, you're not even going, you can't at least, you're not going to at least fight back. And she said no. And it's just like she was just beating on her. And then you can see the fake friends on the side just filming it. I don't know what it is with people filming other people getting hurt. What do you get off on that? Like, social media can be a good thing, but it can also be your worst enemy. Because now people don't intervene anymore to help others. Instead, they just want to make money off of it, or, you know, get clout from it, and it's just unfortunate. Now, allegedly, one of the fake friends that were, because allegedly it was 2 out of the 6 fake friends that were beating on her. Allegedly, they saying that one of them took the fatal blow, which caused her demise, crushing her neck and, you know, her spinal cord, because allegedly one of them grabbed her by the neck and body slammed her allegedly to the ground, which caused her neck and spinal cord injury, which led to her demise. And there's another clip that's surfacing where she is looking for her Shanquella is looking for her friends. And if I'm pronouncing her name wrong, my apologies. That she was looking for her friends and they were nowhere to be found. And then she ended up finding them all of them huddled up in a room while she was off by herself, which true can bring some red flags, because it's like, if y'all so-called best friends and all of that, why is she looking for y'all? Why everybody is in one room and it's not like she was asleep, because she didn't sound asleep at all. So they can't use an excuse of, oh, we didn't want to wake her, she was asleep, she was taking a nap. She sounded wide awake. In the video, you can hear her say, where y'all at? You know, and apparently they were supposed to get unclothed to go swimming or something. I don't know why they did all that, but I mean, whatever happens in Mexico stays in Mexico. But she was apparently allegedly unclothed. Everybody else wasn't. They had either bathing suits on or clothes on. And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know, but I will say this. Before I go into the other part, I did look for the fake friends, especially the 2 women that were involved in the fight, to see if they had any social media accounts. So they both, I think one name was Winter Donovan, the other one was Dejanay Jackson. and they both have a IG account, but they privated it. I guess they don't want nobody, no harassment or whatever. And allegedly, they all are running or hiding. Allegedly, they turned off their phones, or they, cut off, changed their numbers, or they privated everything and took stuff down and all of that. Allegedly. So I went on Dejanay's IG and I clicked on her story, and it sounds to me that she has no remorse for anything that she's done. And I will show it in a video. And she allegedly says that her mother is not ashamed of what she did. Shame on your mother. Because what's right is right, what's wrong was wrong. I don't care if you're my child. I'm not going to defend you if you harm somebody and they didn't harm you back. Like, I mean, no, that was wrong. Worded wrong. I'm not going to defend I'm not going to defend a child of mine that put harm on another person for no reason, for no valor. If they didn't physically abuse you or threaten your life or whatever, why would you do that? And you think that, no, I would encourage my child to turn themselves in. That's what I would encourage my child to do. And I think her mother should encourage her child, that her daughter, to turn herself in. Because you clearly see in the video that Shanquella did not hit back. She basically used Shanquella as a human punching bag. That was bullying right there. First of all, that's cyberbullying because they filmed it and watched it and did not intervene. And it's also bullying because she kept beating on her for no reason, and Shanquella did not fight back. So this is my opinion. Like everybody says, everybody ain't your friend. And that's why I don't call everybody my friend. I can be cool with you and not call you my friend. I take the word friendship very lightly because stuff like this happens on the men's side and the women's side. I mean, and it's been happening a lot lately. 4 years, well, no, not even a lot. Yeah, a lot lately. And it's a shame. And it's always the ones that you grew up with. Now, I don't know if they grew up together. I don't believe they did, because in one video where her father was interviewed, he said he knew of them. Both parents said that they knew of them, but they didn't really know them like that. They just know that they went to Salem together. And Salem, Winston-Salem is a college in North Carolina. So when he said Salem, I'm assuming it's a college. It could be a Salem high school, but I'm assuming it's a college. She's 25, so I'm assuming they went to college together. So maybe they were college friends. So, I mean, they could have grew up together and they all went. But if they grew up together, then I will believe the parents wouldn't have known them and not of them. So, I think that they all met. Well, I think she met them in college. So, yeah. I don't take friendships. I don't take friends lightly. I don't call everybody my friend. I don't trust a lot of people. And if you are my friend, you are my friend. Now, I will say this. I have not always been the best friend to my friends. I have, but that's what you call being human. There were times where I may have been envious of something that my friend had that I may have wanted. Well, no, I'm not gonna say I had. No, I haven't been jealous of that. No, but I may have been envious of something, you know. But that doesn't mean I wanted to seek harm on them, or that doesn't mean that I was rooting bad things for them. No, I mean, everybody's human. You're going to get envious of people. That's human nature. That doesn't make you a bad person. It's what you do that makes you a bad person. Will determine whether you're a good or bad person. Just like my friends, the friends that I have are always good friends to me all the time. You're not going to be good all the time, but it's depending on what you do. Now, I don't know how they met and the circumstance of how they all came together, but it's clear that they are not her friends. One, the so-called best friend, allegedly was the one in the video saying, "Quilla, won't you at least fight back?" If you are her alleged best friend, and then you're a man at that, why didn't you intervene and stop it? Instead, he was one of the ones that was filming it and just telling her to hit back. What? That is not your best friend. That is not even your friend. Then the other ones that just filming it like it's a match, a dog match or something. It was just disgusting. They were not her friends. If they wanted to seek harm on her, and then on top of that, they lied about the nature of her demise, they were covering it up. It was just disgusting. And this is a lesson where just be your own friend. It's okay to be your own friend. And I used to beat myself about it, about me not having a lot of friends or not having any friends. But now that a lot of this has been going on for a very long time, I'm kind of glad that I don't have a lot of friends. I'm kind of glad that I'm pretty much my own friend. I enjoy hanging out with myself because I know myself and I know I can make myself happy. I wish I can be more happy with myself, and that's a learning process. But I don't mind hanging out with myself. I don't mind it. You have to learn to be your own friend before you can be friends with everybody else. You got to learn to love yourself before you be with a relationship with somebody else. Like, it's easier said than done, but it's true, because if you can't be okay with yourself, or hang out with yourself, then how you expect to be a good friend to other people? Now, like I said, you're not going to always be a good friend. You're not going to always be a good person, because we're all human. But it's how you carry yourself is what matters. Now, I'm not saying, oh, that's an excuse of being bad. No, but people make mistakes, and that, I'm not saying that was not a mistake. That was a choice that they made. I'm saying mistake is like you forgot to call your friend to wish them a happy birthday. It just slipped your mind because you may have been busy that day. It's okay. It may not be, it may not have been, it may have sucked on your friend's perspective because they're like, oh, you missed my birthday. But at least you remembered, and you didn't wait too long. But it happens. Sometimes you slip your mind. Or if something really did come up and you couldn't go out with your friend that day, or if you just didn't feel like going out, even though you said you would, but you just don't feel like it. Okay, yeah, it may suck, but at least you was honest. And everybody isn't perfect. I'm talking about stuff like that. That's okay. But what they did to her is not. And that was a choice, what they did. They chose to do that. That looked like it was premeditated. And I hope justice will be served, and I hope they will all get time. They will all get time. Now, The two women that were allegedly beating on her will get the most time because they assaulted her. But the stand-byers, they gonna get some time too because they are accomplices. They watched it. They didn't intervene. They didn't call for help. They didn't do any of that. So they are just as guilty as the others, as the ones that actually put their hands on her. So they all gonna get some time. It's just some gonna get some more than others. But and the longer they keep quiet, the worse it's going to get. The worse time it's going to get. So it's all up to them to come forth about it. I don't know. But that's just my advice to people. Don't call everybody your friend. Be your own friend first. Be okay with hanging out with yourself. Go to the movies, but by yourself. It may be stressful and it may build up some anxiety in the beginning if you first because I've done that once. I haven't done it before. I haven't done it a second time yet, but I plan on it. But I've done it once, and I had some anxiety because I was so worried about if people will pay attention to me being by myself. But actually, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I ain't have to worry about you know, taking people home. I ain't had to. I didn't have to be responsible for another person. I was on my own time. All of that. It was just me. So now I haven't got to the point where I would go to a restaurant by myself. I haven't got to that point yet. I don't know. I may do that one day, but I don't know yet. I don't know yet. That right there is gonna take some time. But I go to the malls by myself, to the stores by myself. I go, I do that. I'm telling people, y'all need to do that. Just hang out with yourself. Hang out with yourself. And see how good that feels to just be your own friend. Because you can't trust nobody in this world no more. You can't even trust family members no more. And so it's just unfortunate. I don't know. I'm assuming, and this is my assumption, that these fake friends were just jealous of her. Because as you clearly see, and I will put it in the video, like I said before, she was her own business person. She had her own boutique, and she had a page advertising the clothes that her models were modeling for people to buy. She also did kids hair, and she had her own IG page for that. So she was a successful business person, small business person. And from what I heard, she uses that money to go travel on her free time. So she was living her best life, not bothering nobody. And because her fake friends didn't have that life or struggling, they didn't want to see her shine. Now I get, it make you feel like a failure. But if you don't like something about yourself, this is what somebody special would tell me. If you don't like something about yourself, change it. Whether it's weight, whether it's the way you eat, your lifestyle, whether it's the way you dress, whether it's the way you look, or whether it's the way you act. If you don't like something about yourself, just change it. It may sound easier said than done, but it all starts with doing it. And see what happens. So instead of them hating on her, if you didn't like the fact that you don't make as much money as her, then do something about it. Get another job. Get a third job, a second job. Save up your money. Invest in some stock to get that long money at the end. Or start up a business yourself. Think about what you really like, your hobbies or whatever, what you think you can be good at, and do it. Do a YouTube channel. Like, come on now. Model. BIG model. Whatever. Instead of hating on somebody else, if you want to be successful, if they wanted to be successful like her, they could have asked her as their so-called friend, how do you start your own business? I want to do it too. I want to make money like you. Show me. Instead of taking her life because you couldn't stand how she was living. And this is my assumption. I don't know. But be your own friend. That's my... This story just shows me. Should show everyone. Be your own friend. That's it.